Hey everyone, it's DPE Carol. This is the Northbound Flying channel, and I'm in the Airstream as usual. Tonight's topic is going to be attitude flying. Okay, the fundamentals of flight is something that a lot of times in flight training is skipped over. It's gone over so quickly at the beginning of the first flight or two, with applicants and instructors wishing to move on from this quickly and achieve something quickly, that a lot of times I see that not enough time has been spent, and then applicants, or students rather, are struggling all the way throughout because not enough time was spent right at the beginning on soaking up the basics. So where you're going to find more information about the basic flight maneuvers, the Airplane Flying Handbook, Chapter 3, Basic Flight Maneuvers. Now, some of this is so basic, right? Effect and use of flight controls, for instance. But you get around page 3 and there's gems in there that we would all be wise to apply with our students, such as, hey, teach them to feel the airplane. Aha. Teach them to look outside, and teach them how to use attitude flying. Use integrated flight instruction. Okay. A lot of times I still see people supposedly ready for their check ride staring inside at the instruments, even, as you might have seen in other videos, even in clearing turns. What this tells me is that they had not yet mastered the basic skill of flying the aircraft primarily using outside references. So this chapter here of the Airplane Flying Handbook clearly states that 90% of a pilot's time should be spent looking outside. So, and 10% just verifying with the instruments that what you're doing with the pitch attitude of the airplane and the power setting you have set is giving you the performance you desired, or what you thought you were going to get out of it. Okay, so pitch plus power equals performance is a saying, a truism that's been in the industry as long as how do I fly a plane? Well, that's right, pitch, power, trim. Okay, now these things are truisms because they work. People have been repeating them for decades because they work. Okay, you might consider adding them into your instruction. Now, what is attitude flying? Okay, so basically, you go up on your first lesson and you tell your student, hey, this is straight and level flight. Look outside. Look at where the horizon is. Look at where the cowling or the nose is compared to the horizon. Now look right and left. Look at your wingtips and see, are your wingtips level with those horizons, or are you banking, etc. You could even show them their wingtips, and you could detect if you are in a climb or a descent. All right, so we have lots of different cues we can use, in addition to sounds like, am I speeding up? Am I slowing down? Okay. Now, this is really important for people to get a solid foundation and basis in, because pretty quickly they're going to have such a solid handle on that they can do all that safely, stay coordinated, talk on the radio, fly an approach, keep an eye out for every traffic, you know. So it's so important that they have a strong basis before you move on. So please don't rush this process. Encourage them the first few lessons not to worry at all about certain things like keeping a perfect altitude. Okay, it's far more important for them to learn the first couple of lessons to feel the plane. Okay, become one with the plane. And then later on, their altitude and airspeed control is going to be so much easier because they'll understand that they're not just trying to make that needle stick in place and flying this needle and chasing it. Instead, they will know, oh, I'm taking off and I want to pitch for VY. Well, I'm going to rotate. I'm going to climb somewhere around 8 degrees nose up, give or take, okay, depending on the airplane. And I'm going to do that by looking outside. And then I'll just kind of look for traffic and occasionally double check and look inside. Oh, yep, that's VY. Good, all right. So when you see someone flying this way, they're flying with incredible ease and grace. And it's because they've been able to categorize these things in their minds. Hey, what pitch and power setting do I need for the performance I want to achieve? So UCFIs might try this with an approach, okay, a generalized normal landing in the pattern. Okay, what do we normally do? Abeam the numbers. Usually this is first power reduction. Allow the nose to drop to a descent attitude. If you have flaps in your aircraft, make sure you're in the wide arc and add the first notch of flaps while maintaining the same descent attitude. So if you teach your students right from the beginning, maybe on their first lesson, hey, what does that landing attitude look like as you look out the window when you're not even worrying about everything else in the pattern? You're way out in the practice area. You're showing them this is level, this is descent, this is your climb, this is 30-degree bank, okay? If they can memorize those things in their mind, then when they're in the pattern, they will know, oh, that's my descent attitude. And guess what? If they get the right pitch and power setting and trim it out, then they're going to achieve a 3-degree glide path, okay? Which all these little visual cues that you're taught, such as abeam the numbers, first power reduction, 45 from my, 45 from the wing root, and then turn final when it looks like I need to turn. Okay, all these things help you to achieve that 3-degree glide path. Do you really need to know that it's a 3-degree glide path? No. But what you do need to know to make your life so much easier than chasing it all the time is just set yourself up for a life of ease. Pitch, power, and you will get the performance you desire by looking outside primarily. It makes your life so much easier once you learn this little secret, okay? I wish it wasn't as much of a secret, but I myself wasn't taught it until much later than I probably should have been. So it's something that may have been, definitely has been a bit lost through the years. So let's keep passing it on. If you want more information about attitude flying, integrated flight instruction, all these topics, all right, you can look in the Airplane Flying Handbook, Chapter 3. There's also lots of articles online. I found a good one from American Flyers on attitude flying. I'll try to post that below in the comments too. Food for thought. So as instructors and pilots, we're always trying to up our game, right? And it's a good thing that we love aviation. We're passionate about it. We're always trying to learn. So thanks for learning. We all learn from everyone we fly with, from everyone we receive feedback with. And that's how I learned these things too, was somebody told me. And guess what? They weren't my instructors. It might be other random people I flew with, but they turned out to be wonderful things. So anyway, keep on learning. And thanks for watching. I'm cheering for you.